And so you can't appreciate the passion I have for this addiction. It's not a bad addiction. I refuse to believe it's a bad addiction.
But then having a beer or a glass of wine is an addiction. I can see the comments now. Yes,
Yes.
it is.
Yes. Pues, tú sabes, me encanta España, ¿sí?
You better. No tienes otra opción.
Sí, pero, and before you come for me for the pero yo creo España no tiene algunas cosas, así en Estados Unidos. No necesario echar de menos.
Hay pocas cosas que Estados Unidos tiene que España debería tener. Así que ojo con lo que dices.
Es con comida. Pero no.
¿Perdón? ¿Hola?
No normal comida así, no cuando en el restaurante y comiendo. No. Es un poco cosas.
Unas cuantas cosas.
Sí. Así, no sé cómo dices en español, pero en Estados Unidos es especialmente en Nueva York, food trucks. Y'all don't have food trucks. No tienes, no, lo siento, pero...
Vale, tenemos food trucks, pero están en festivales o en sitios,
no igual.
a lo mejor hacen el no sé qué de la hamburguesa y entonces hay muchos food trucks con diferentes hamburguesas.
Sí, me encanta, pero
pero no como en Estados Unidos. ¿Sabes cuál food truck I miss a lot from the US?
Sí.
Austin Food Truck Street.
Sí.
¿Qué era? 8th Street or something like that?
Prince, I think it was something like that.
En Austin, Texas, hay un barrio, hay una calle dedicada solo a food trucks y hay food trucks de comida de todo el mundo. De hecho, hay un sitio que vende tortilla de patatas y todo. Pero es la cultura. Y yo creo que aquí en España, I think these things in Spain will work really good.
Sí, pero...
But the problem is that you won't have it has to be a really big space to do it because we will never leave.
Pero también en España la gente, les gusta restaurante
atmosphere. Sí, estar relajados, sentados, pasar la sobremesa. Y en un food truck, that's what I'm saying, it has to be big because in a food truck area, because people is going to say, you need more space for people to relax for longer.
But that's my point. Y'all don't have food trucks, and I think you guys are just like missing out on food trucks.
I can give you that.
See?
I can give you that.
Look at that. I'm going to win you over now.
I miss food trucks. That's true.
Food trucks are so important and so good. Like it's a different feeling.
Yes.
It's a feeling that when you're out there, like it's an atmosphere where you're with friends and everything. So just being able to get into that's something, that kind of like atmosphere, something I do miss. I never thought about it. And the thing that brought it to me was when we was walking outside the other day. And cuando paseando en España, no se importa dónde, siempre huele comida.
Claro, porque hay muchos restaurantes y muchos bares.
Sí, claro. Pero en España sí tienes tiempo para relajar, comer y hasta...
Tomarte una cañita.
Sí, pero cuando moving, like, yo sé no mueve, pero paseando...
Sí, cuando vas de un sitio a otro, cuando estás así con el jaleo del día.
Para un 5 o 10 minutos tú puedes comprar algo y...
Es que además the culture of the food truck is to just go and get like, maybe you get something from this food truck and something else from this food truck, but then you either eat it fast or you eat it on the go.
Right.
Not necessarily the sitting down of the food truck. While for us, we don't eat walking.
Yeah, you don't eat walking.
No,
you don't
pero es que ¿quién come así andando? No sé. No.
See, and that leads me to another point. Eating in your car. Like that's...
Oh, no, I hated that. That is something that you will... I hope we never see in Spain. Because if we get to the culture that we actually have to eat in the car, apaga y vámonos.
You don't know what it is. There's a thing about when you're driving, let's say if you're in New York or whatever, or anywhere in the U.S. mostly, and you see a food truck or a food stall or anything, you will park the car real quick and jump out and go get some food and then come back to the car and you enjoy it. You can continue driving, or you can just stay
Like
there.
your kebabs with white
Oh my
sauce.
gosh. Oh my goodness. Listen, we had this when I was working in New York. I always had a spot that we would go to, and it was a halal spot. Man, that food was good. And they put that white sauce on it. I have no idea what that sauce is. It could be crack for all I care. Like that's how good it was. But when that woman told me white sauce, I was like, white sauce, white sauce.
He is obsessed with this halal
But that's the
truck.
thing. I don't feel like you guys see. I know I have so much passion talking to us, but I don't feel you guys understand. Like I see the passion I have for food, but there's a different level of food stands because I feel like
Yeah.
it's a specialty.
I think the only like street food that we have is either churros on Sundays, where you can see like the churros truck,
Yeah.
or the castañas in wintertime.
What's that?
You know, the chestnuts that
Oh, the
that we have
chestnuts.
in the corners, like
We have that too.
I know, but I'm saying that like the similar thing that we may have like that, but you guys have it for everything, for hot dogs, for rice, for beans, for
Ooh,
tacos, for
everything.
like all
Ooh,
kinds
you
of
remember the one
food.
in New Mexico?
The Mexican
Taco. Oh
guy,
my
yeah, with
gosh!
the
Listen,
burritos and the tacos.
if you happen to travel to the U.S., which I don't recommend, but if you have no choice and you're there, you got to stop at a food truck.
Yeah, if you ever, si vais algún día a Estados Unidos, que no lo recomienda, como dice, pero si fueseis y queréis ir a sitios así un poco más fuera de lo turístico, mandarnos un correo electrónico que os damos las recomendaciones. But about everything that you're saying, I agree with the food truck thingy, the walking in the car, with the eating in the car,
No.
no, thank you. But you know what you don't have?
Ah.
Having a casual beer in the middle of the day, in the middle of the week.
You
And
can.
that has no price.
No, tú puedes, pero es diferente. Y no puedo beber en la calle o
En Estados Unidos.
en Estados Unidos, sí.
Bueno,
Sí.
aquí tampoco es legal, pero lo
Sí,
vemos.
solo un poco lugar en Texas
Sí,
es
es permitido, sí.
Sí.
O en New Orleans. In New Orleans you can drink too.
también.
Okay, so going back to the eating in the car.
Eating in the car is we don't have time like you guys do, so we're always on the go, and the best way you can do it is to because you're gonna spend a lot of time in traffic. That's the thing. So if you're gonna spend time in traffic, you might as well dine while you're stuck in traffic. You
Yeah.
might as well enjoy some food.
And obviously this is more about the cities where you have to use your car, because in New York City it's forbidden to eat in the train, even though everybody eats in
Everybody
the
eats
train.
in the train.
But it is forbidden. But I remember when we were RVing across the US that you want to like just stop, grab some food and get on the road. And I'm like, no, we have autocaravana for a reason. Like, we're gonna open the table, we're gonna sit down, and we're gonna eat like proper
You know,
people.
I love that she
hate-
says that. I love that she says that, but then she's like, "Oh, I don't want to get there so late. Oh, we gotta hurry up and get there. Oh," and we're late because somebody doesn't know how to wake up in the morning and get going. So
I think we're mixing conversations here.
another one. But with food trucks, and I get how you guys feel with eating in the car. I get it because you guys prefer to sit down and relax and enjoy your food that way. And so getting in the car and eating takes away everything for you because food is a social aspect for it, right? So you got to be social. Unless you have doing carpool, you can't necessarily talk, and you need to talk when you're eating for some odd reason. You just don't, get the
It's
food
in our
in.
DNA.
Yeah, you gotta gossip. You gotta get the juices flowing of the gossip. I
Yes.
get it. But with that said, in the food trucks, did y'all have ice cream trucks growing up or anything like that?
No.
ice
actually,
cream trucks?
actually,
No
that's like
ice-
no. But listen, I remember when I had people coming to visit me in New York, and then the ice cream trucks will go by with the music. Ta-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Everybody will be like, "Oh, they're filming a movie."
What?
I'm like, no, they're not. But that's the car of the movies. Yeah, but it's not.
Oh
Because
my
everybody
gosh.
thinks that those ice cream trucks,
Trucks are just for
you see
movies.
them in the movies. So are they really real? Yes, they are real.
I
and in
never thought about
summertime-
it from that point of view.
In summertime, it's true. Like especially if you live in the suburbs of New York,
That's
New York City, it's crazy because the moment that the ice cream trucks, you hear it like 3-4 blocks away,
Yes.
and then you see all the kids running,
Oh, that
like
is
literally like in the movies. It's
That
like
is-
literal like
That is a hype
Tal
moment.
cual.
That is as a kid growing up, especially in my neighborhood, when you hear that song, you have to be on point.
Yes.
We will be chasing it down the block
Yeah,
for
yeah, yeah.
ice cream. And
And it's the same 3 songs, like They only have like 3 songs, and all
It's
across the
really just
country is the same. It's really just one,
it's
but
just
I'm saying
one.
that
But
sometimes they have another one. But
I can't tell you how many fights broke out of those trying to get in front of the other person just to get ice
oh,
cream.
see, the lions get crazy for sure.
Yeah, remember the scene in the Minions? I think it was the Minions, or Despicable Me. I think it was Despicable Me
Oh, when they
2.
get like
Sucked into the ice cream truck. That is real.
yes.
That the way that Minions were going, that's how we were as kids. Because we would be playing basketball on the court, doing everything. The second we hear that song, everything ends, and we're full steam ahead to it.
It is true. We don't have ice cream trucks.
And the thing is, when there's a bunch of kids, you got to get there and get your ice cream before everything is gone.
Yeah, because everybody has like there's obviously the popular one, so everybody
Right.
ordered that, and you don't want it to like run out of the one that you like.
Exactly. So I had to make sure I never liked sprinkles, so I always had to make sure I get my vanilla
I like the
plain.
vanilla with the chocolate, half chocolate sprinkles, half the other sprinkles, the
I
colorful
didn't know
sprinkles.
chocolate sprinkles existed until later on in life. I thought it was always the rainbow color
You
sprinkles.
are American.
Yeah, I know. And you think I would know these things, but I didn't.
You're American, and I don't have kids, and I knew about all these things. What that make me? You know what it should exist? Instead of an ice cream truck, a wine truck.
A wine truck? That would work here actually as a business. We probably just gave somebody a business idea.
Yeah, go
Like,
get rich.
It's not that I miss these things. It's just that it's something that comes to my mind that I can live without them, but it's just
Okay.
that nostalgic moment. You don't have like a sweet bread like we do. Do you remember our dinner rolls and what was that?
I need to stop you. I need to stop you because I made you un bocadillo con mantequilla y azúcar, and all you could do was complain about it and saying, "Who thinks about putting sugar on bread?" Meanwhile, your dinner rolls are sweet bread. What do you think they're sweet for? They're sweet because they have sugar in it, and I'm sure they're made with butter.
Butter's not sugar.
Ya, pero que los hacen con mantequilla y
It's
seguro que
no
lleva
butter.
azúcar. ¿Cómo que no va a llevar
I mean, it's
butter?
no azúcar.
Pero te llevará azúcar. Sí, and in the United States, everything has sugar. Even the meats have sugar.
Espera.
The fish has sugar.
Espera. Vale, yo entiendo que dices sobre el azúcar con pan, pero es no igual. Con dinner rolls, es no azúcar adentro del pan.
No, porque ya está.
No,
Ya
no,
está
no,
ahí.
ya está. No, ya está.
You don't even get the satisfaction of the crunch.
No.
It's already in there.
Sweet bread is diferente que dinner rolls. ¿Vale?
They all have sugar, though.
No, they all do not have sugar. Dinner rolls are just fluffy with a little glaze of some like a.
And what do you make glaze with?
It's
baby?
with the I don't know what glaze they call it. It's a nice glaze to it, but it's not like sugar. It's just a soft glaze.
You're talking like an addict. It's not drugs. It's just something that makes you feel better.
You see, the problem is, being that you guys don't have it here, you don't understand the level of addiction it comes with. And so you can't appreciate the passion I have for this addiction. It's not a bad addiction. I refuse to believe it's a bad addiction.
But then having a beer or a glass of wine is an addiction. I can see the comments now. Yes,
Yes.
it is.
Yes. Why would you even think of that?
Talking about addictions, and I don't know if you had this in your mind, but I'm thinking about like the huge portions. And believe me, we have areas here in Spain, and you know this, where we eat huge,
Sí,
right?
pero es no todo en
Pero
todos lugares.
es que no es lo mismo. Because even el menú del día,
Sí.
we love the menú del día. And sometimes I can't finish the menú del día because they're so big. But it's not compared to the huge portions in the US. What is wrong with that? Like, I see so many videos
¿Qué es el problema?
Porque no deberías comer así a lo bestia. I see some videos from estadounidenses on TikTok and Instagram
Sí.
that said, I went to McDonald's. First of all, why in the world are you going to McDonald's when you're in Italy, Spain, Greece, whatever? Okay, I went to McDonald's and I ordered the big meal, whatever. And this is the extra large size, and then they show our extra large size, but obviously to you guys it's like not even a medium size.
No, it's not.
And you do even free refills We don't do free refills.
Yeah, that's a problem. We need our free refills.
Pero que es que las bebidas, la extra large.
Mira tu gato.
Ya lo veo, pero no se ve en la cámara. Así se le ven las orejas. The extra large drinks like the Coke and all that, I couldn't even hold it with one hand. I had to use my two hands. Así de grandes son que Okay, this could be misinterpreted. Pero estoy hablando de las bebidas de McDonald's, que son, y no somos mucho de ir a McDonald's, pero es que en cualquier sitio de comidas rápidas, es que así, o las hamburguesas, y te pides las extra large fries. How are the extra large? Those I can appreciate.
You guys are starting to make meals like that too. I'm seeing more and more of it, of this like huge like meals.
Yeah, pero no that huge.
Sí, yo sé con todo el mundo en Estados Unidos le gusta más grande platos.
Sí, pero es que es muy bestia.
Sí, pero es diferente porque
¿Dónde vas?
we don't have health care or care for health. So the thing is that when we come here, I do not support, I want to make sure I get this point clear. I do not support going to McDonald's, Burger King, and all that when you travel outside the country. I don't support it. However, I understand why we do it. We do it because we want to compare it to the U.S. We want to compare it to what we're
and then
used
you
to.
come here to Spain and you see that we sell beer in McDonald's and Burger King, and then you go, oh, can you believe these Spaniards? They're sinners.
Yeah, because McDonald's is a children's place. Why is there beer there?
And the children go by themselves?
That's not the point. So
that's the point.
That is not the point.
You have to entertain the parents as much as you entertain the kids.
Really?
See?
Really? So next time on Sesame Street, while the little puppets are teaching the kids how to count, you see Big Bird just, tossing back some drinks?
No, because the kids don't.
Because it's a kid place?
No, pero listen.
So everything is with kids. Everything that's with kids. The kids don't go there by themselves. They go there with parents. Sí, so everybody should have beer?
Sí. Pero escucha, when a kid is watching Sesame Street, they don't need their fathers to be next to them. But to go to a McDonald's or a Burger King, especially in the U.S., the kids should be going with their parents.
Okay.
So entertain the parents. But see...
Yeah, you don't find that to be a bit selfish?
No.
No? Like the parents have to be entertained?
The parents are still humans, okay?
First off, you should be entertained with watching your damn children. Because they stay running around all the streets, running everywhere.
It's safe. We live in a safe country.
That's not the point. The point
That is exactly the point.
Okay.